What's happening, man? It's the Seereal squad here. We back in episode 2. So, that other one was crazy. We got more interesting facts. Now, I don't remember, I'm going to call this the facts you didn't know. The season 1, the facts you didn't know. So, guys, we're going to get into this. We're going to see this video. Also, too, man, like, last night it snowed in Canada. Everybody, talking about, come to Canada, bro. I can show you video and I can show y'all the snow there. Y'all don't want to come there. You know what I mean? I might do it, but we might get more snow. But like I said, to tell you, we got whole snow at a snow day. So like I got all those time. I'm probably been doing these videos all day, like 4:37. So I got time to do these videos. I'm trying to at least get 10 done out the way. So I got something to edit for the week. So press to the most high for giving me a snow day. Because to give me more time to work on the dream, but I still get paid because I work in this job where, like, if we get some kind of snow day, we in the union and all that, so we get our days, they pay us because they got no other choice. But yeah, let's get into this. Let's see what's going on. This one, 20 facts you didn't know 5 minutes ago. Like, what? I probably don't know a lot of stuff 5 minutes ago. Alright, we're gonna get into it. I ain't even really realized, man. Every time I do these videos, that's why I want to get on the computer. Put the mic on. You see it now. I don't even like putting the mic in the video sometimes. Just right here. There we go. Alright, let's get into it.
Survival mode my whole life to having enough money to like take my kids on.
The first one you gonna cry just in the video. We ain't
in the age of the internet, an entire gold mine of knowledge is never more than a few clicks away. The problem is that it sometimes seems like there's just too much out there. How do you decide what's worth knowing and what'll only clog up your brain with—
That's a good question, because there's a lot of information that come out sometimes. Everybody be like, oh man, that's cool, I know that. But then when they focus in, my boy, they're like, ain't that the information that, like, this gonna happen and all that? You know what I'm saying? But, like, you don't want all that. We can get into that. Because a lot of information is foolish.
Useless nonsense. That's where I come in. From the weird and wonderful to the downright amazing, coming up are 20 facts you didn't know 5 minutes ago. A cucumber cure. Picture this. You have a first date planned at a fancy restaurant, but when you arrive, you realize you forgot to bring any breath mints with you. And to make matters worse, you've just ordered garlic bread as a side. Fear not, friend. All you need to do is order a side salad with cucumber. You see, fibrous vegetables such as celery and cucumbers boost your mouth's saliva production, which washes away odor-causing bacteria.
Wow. I did not know that. So next time I'm on a date, man, I'm gonna tell her, hey, yo, I be telling him, hey boy, come here for a sec. He be like, what you talking about? Can you order me, like, some salad with a cucumber in it? And they be gonna look at me like, sure, sir. And I eat that, and then they come, oh, it kills the breath. Be smelling out here like a dragon on steroids. No, that ain't me. We'll run that back. Nah, that joke was horrible. Let me think about something. Nah, like, I don't want to be... I don't want to be smelling like Jada Pickett. Yeah, that's a good one.
And in turn, cures bad breath. For a simple hack, holding a slice of cucumber between your tongue and the roof of your mouth for about 90 seconds can help to eliminate nasty odors. And if
You need to tell me, just like you use mouthwash, I'm gonna open my tongue like this and put that damn let me see if I actually... Damn, if I had a cucumber... Do I got cucumbers? No, I got pickles. So, if I let it get a cucumber and hold it on there like gum, that's gonna... Man, I might have to get a cucumber now. I'm gonna get all this in any videos or something.
There's no cucumber on the menu. Parsley also has the same odor-neutralizing effect. So, just discreetly chew on your garnish, and you should be covered. Mysterious fingernail markings. Have you ever glanced down at your fingernails and noticed some bizarre white markings that weren't there before?
Did you know that most of the problems in our body
Yeah.
are due to a buildup of toxins? If you are feeling tired and sluggish, it could be due to
This kind of discoloration is actually a common condition known as leukonychia. Most of the time, it doesn't signify anything serious, and there are a number of potential causes. The primary reason is as a result of injury to the nail bed, which can occur if you accidentally strike or pinch your nail. Because of the time it takes your fingernails to grow, you might not even recall the injury by the time any white spots show up. Leukonychia can also appear as an allergic reaction to cosmetic products like polish, gloss, hardener, or nail polish remover. Sometimes it can also mean
That's why my fingernails be bleeding out of nowhere. Like right now, this one's bleeding. I gotta stop biting my nails. Like for real. I gotta let my nails grow. I gotta stop biting my nails for real, man.
your nails are deficient
It's a
in
habit.
certain minerals or vitamins, most commonly zinc or calcium. But unless your entire nail turns white and you experience any pain, these markings will usually go away on their own, so there's no reason to worry. Now that I've got you looking at your fingers, why don't you make them useful by heading on over to those like and subscribe buttons and showing them some love? See that little bell icon? You should totally tickle that
Hold on, man. I got you, my boy. I subscribe. I like these videos.
too to make sure you're the first to know when I upload more amazing content. Now let's get back to boosting your brains. Say prunes. Before you have your photograph taken, you should expect to hear the oh-so-familiar phrase, say cheese. But back in the day, prunes were on the menu instead. In the 1800s, most people weren't comfortable smiling due to a general lack of good dental hygiene, which meant they didn't have very attractive teeth. Having your photograph taken was also considered a luxury and was treated with a good deal of seriousness, meaning a big, cheesy grin was seen
Why they
as
got Kanye down there every minute?
childish. So, photographers in British studios in the 1840s told people to say prunes to keep their mouths taut instead. And that predates today's fish-faced pout by about 180 years. By the mid-20th century, photography had become much faster, cheaper, and more casual. Plus, people had better teeth. So when Kodak started making cameras in the US, which ordinary people could afford to buy, they marketed them with photographs
Lord,
of
when they hear Kodak sometime, man, I be thinking they talking about Kodak Black. Cause I'm like, and it's funny cause we ain't gonna get too much off topic. But I remember when Boosie said, I was Kodak before Kodak. Like, cause they used to call him Kodak cause he picture perfect. I forget Kodak's actually an actual company.
smiling faces. Former ambassador Joseph E. Davies was the one to come up with the idea to say cheese as the perfect formula for an instant smile. And the rest is history. A flaming hot invention. In 2019, flaming hot Cheetos were
Them, I ain't ate those yet. But now, hold on, I gotta show y'all. Man, check this out. These right here are scorching hot, bro. I got the damn milk just to make sure. But we were chilling over my buddy, man, and he had these one. Man, I'm like, when I tried them, boy, had mercy. They wasn't even hot until I started talking. Felt like a dragon. Oh, let's hear how hot these is, man. I be trying to do this hot stuff because I want to try to do them hot challenges. I got to start off small, build my immunity of the heat. But I don't know how y'all be handling like some of these hot stuff, man. Holy. They having you like you on fire or something.
declared America's favorite snack brand for the third consecutive year. But what if I told you that the super addictive snack nearly didn't exist at all? In 1976, 18-year-old Richard Montañez was hired as a janitor at a Frito-Lay plant in Rancho Cucamonga, California. The position paid $4 an hour with benefits, and Montañez's wife filled out the application for him because he struggled to read and write. While on the job, Montañez noted that a broken machine on the Cheetos assembly line had spat out a batch of plain Cheetos without the cheese powder dust. Montañez took the Cheetos home and dusted them with chili powder. He credits the idea to a favorite snack, grilled corn dressed with lime and chili powder sold by a local...
Wait a minute. That sound actually kind of good, man. Like green corn with lime. Ooh, it will antibiotic you up for so. Man, that antibiotic with the antibiotic, bro. Like, you take all that, man. Damn, you'll be antibiotic up for real.
Street vendor. Montañez first pitched the idea to former PepsiCo CEO Roger Enrico over the phone and was given 2 weeks to prepare a presentation to the executive suite.
So first of all, this is not a vape pen.
No.
Non-electronic, but it's very well made, and we started
Hold
fiddling with it. We
this
realized
commercial
over the course of a couple of
interesting.
weeks, we're constantly going back to this.
I love it. So I could see if somebody had, some bad habits, that this could definitely help replace those.
Yeah, something that you're just constantly reaching for.
Yeah.
The things that I like most about it, we're talking about the look, the feel, and the taste.
Yeah.
Because it's a really nice way to get flavors that are
Flavors,
nice
yes.
without
Good
actually
habit.
consuming anything. It comes with these cores that you're going to put inside of your food. That is going to give you like this really nice, refreshing flavor. And it sounds really weird. Like the mint one, for example, for me, it's the way that your mouth feels really fresh right after you brush your teeth.
The white cranberry is my favorite. I really like it.
There's a couple of reasons why I think we keep reaching for it without thinking. The build on this, like the
Okay.
tactile sensation, the sensory experience, it's got this really kind of heavy, robust metal. And then the design, you can very satisfyingly turn it. It has these little
So, my boy,
clicks
you get
and
high off this?
airflow changes, so you can have like just complete airflow going through. So they want to try this out. Where are they going? What are they doing?
They are gonna go to tryfume.com/whiskeytribe.
So that's going to give you 10% off the Journey Pack that comes with 3 unique flavors, and it's going to help you kickstart the more positive habits.
That's try
I'm gonna
FUM.
try to get my people on this one. It's like to get you stop smoking.
.com/whiskeytribe.
We're gonna actually go to the site. I'm gonna put it up there so after I can go to it. Alright.
A new year
Why we
means
go
new
back to
goals.
another
So
commercial?
spin your passion into a business with
We ain't
Shopify.
doing that. Let's go back into it.
Of course, it was an instant hit. Montañez went on to become an executive vice president at PepsiCo North America and is now a best-selling author and motivational speaker. What an inspiration!
Damn.
Shock the difference. If there's one thing Americans and Europeans will always bicker over, it's chocolate. If you've
Facts.
sampled both sides, there's no denying that chalky tastes totally different across the pond. But why? The simple answer is different regulations. Firstly, European chocolate is technically creamier because it requires a minimum of at least 14% dry milk solids, while the minimum amount in the US is 12%. Euro
So
chocolate
that
is
means
also
Europeans' chocolate is more healthy because it's like, I think European. I don't think none of the chocolate's healthy actually.
slightly richer because it's required to contain at least 3.5% milk fat compared to the 3.39% needed
a
in the
lot of
US. What's more, European chocolate is, well, just more chocolatey. That's because it also has a higher requirement for cocoa content, which gives bars their deep flavor. But that's not the only reason why Europeans love to hate American chocolate. You see, Hershey's also uses a special ingredient that sets it apart from the rest: butyric acid. This ingredient
This is why I don't eat a lot of junk food. It ain't real. You're putting all that acid in your body. You wonder why. What my body? Detox yourself, man. Real talk.
makes the chocolate last longer on shelves,
See,
but also...
what do we use to detox stuff? Yeah, take real food, like, shakes and stuff, like lime water, make some apple with the spinach, make some kind of type of drinks that give you that actual thing, which reminds me, I gotta go buy some fruit. But, yeah.
also gives it that tangy flavor that many foreigners find off-putting. Does that settle the age-old Hershey's versus Cadbury debate for you? Let's start a healthy discussion about this unhealthy treat in the
I might
comments.
hear my stomach in the background, man. I woke up, man. I'm getting to the video for, the day go by. I got 9 more to go.
Below, which brand of chocolate do you personally prefer? And if you can think of any other foods that taste different in your country, go ahead and let me know. I'm genuinely interested. Let's get back to the facts. Dunce caps for smart people. At one point in the Middle Ages, the dunce cap we now associate with idiocy and punishment was actually a symbol of respected scholars. It all began with master philosopher and metaphysical thinker John Duns Scotus, whose name later lent itself to the phrase dunce cap. Scotus was a proponent of the use of pointy hats, believing they would somehow act as a reverse funnel for knowledge, with wisdom flowing into the pointed tip and spreading to the brain below. These hats were also popular among his followers, known as dunsmen, and therefore became a signifier of high intelligence. But by the mid-16th century, popular thought had begun to turn against Scotus, and the dunsmen came to be associated with idiocy instead. Naturally, their pointy hats were adopted as a symbol of stupidity and found their way into elementary school classrooms, where they were used to traumatize and humiliate kids until the late 1950s. The Spanish Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower is one of the
I
first
actually
things
want to go there, bro. Check that out. That looks cool as hell, man. Let me get back into it.
that come to mind when someone asks you to think of France. But this world-famous landmark almost ended up in Spain. Designer Gustave Eiffel first pitched the plans for the monument to Barcelona, but the city rejected his ideas, thinking it would look like an eyesore. He was forced to re-pitch the project elsewhere, and the tower found its home in Paris, where it served as the main archway for the 1889 International Exposition. Surprisingly, the Parisians didn't like it much either. One critic even referred to the enormous iron structure as a metal asparagus. The tower wasn't supposed to stay up for long, and was even offered up for sale as scrap. It was only spared because the French army found that its 984-foot height worked pretty well as a communications tower. Thankfully, this famously hated sculpture has since survived to become one of the world's most well-loved landmarks. Who needs kneecaps? Did you know that a baby's body has about 300 bones at birth compared to the
And that would maybe explain why babies, when they crawl, they be crying. They got 300 bones? God, dog!
206 bones that adults have? Over time, the process of smaller pieces fusing together reduces the number of bones in the body. One seemingly crucial thing babies aren't born with is kneecaps.
That's why they crawl.
Instead, babies are born with a piece of cartilage that will eventually become a bony kneecap, or patella. Cartilage, which can be found in the nose, ears, and joints, is flexible and gives structure where it's needed in the body. Most children's kneecaps began to ossify, that is, turn from cartilage into bone, between the ages of 2 and 6. Often, several pieces of cartilage will begin to harden into bone at the same time, until the kneecap is one complete bone by the age of about 10 or 12. Being born with kneecaps could actually make the birthing process more difficult, or could even result in birth injuries, because bone is rigid and less flexible than cartilage. Isn't the human body smart? Space booze. Drifting 10,000 light years.
I ain't gonna go there. So you mean to tell me that's what these up there the whole time in space, they bring liquor up there and they're having booze? Just imagine you just decided that you want to get drunk and you up in space. Man, what you doing, man? Man, I'm just floating around space, man. I done had a little bit too much. You all buzzed up and you in space, man. Man, that's crazy.
from Earth in a constellation far, far away is a massive cloud of alcohol. The cloud, which was discovered in 1995 near the constellation Aquila,
I literally thought they were talking about they coming up to space and drink out, which would be kind of cool, but they could talking about a cloud that's mixed with alcohol. Man, it's crazy. This world's so crazy. There's too many things in this world that we do not know. That's why they say we gonna learn something new every day. But man,
is 1,000 times larger than the diameter of our solar system.
God
What's more,
dog.
it contains enough ethyl alcohol to fill 400 trillion...
Nova Scotia, what's up, man? Y'all gonna go up there and then there's where you find your liquor. And so where the heck do they be getting this liquor? So that's the real liquor? Like, you imagine going to the plant, man, bro, I'm out there up here. What you doing, bro? I'm up here drinking liquor. I got free liquor every day. Man, liquor and alcohol and drugs is something that is so toxic to people. So it's like, if you notice you could find some planet that has nothing but liquor on it and it's free and they charging, my boy, everybody be drunk every day. I'm telling you.
Trillion pints of beer. Anyone got a rocket I can borrow?
Really? That's what I be
the
saying.
cloud is 58 quadrillion miles away, so an interstellar pub crawl is probably off the cards. What's more,
You quadrillion. Lord, by the time you get there, you be dead. You know, man. I don't know who could get there. You would have to have somebody that know how to transform into a life-saving, you know what I mean? God himself would probably be there in a minute like that because he's a spirit. But I don't think we all gonna get there. That's quadrillion miles. That ain't like even 6 days. That's like infinity. More than years. God
it
dog.
contains a cocktail of 32 compounds, and some, like carbon monoxide, hydrogen cyanide, and ammonia, aren't so desirable. Another alcohol cloud, called Sagittarius B2, also holds 10 billion liters of mostly methanol alcohol, which is used in antifreeze and windshield wiper fluid. But how did this cosmic hooch get up there? Well, if the conditions are just right, simple alcohol compounds can form completely naturally in space, often on the surface
That's
of
why they say alcohol is not bad for you. Because you seen when in the Bible when Jesus and God and Moses and Joseph and whoever else Mary, they all had wine back in the day. You see the little portrait they put up when you're in church? They was in church drinking wine. Well, half of the time people be thinking liquor's bad, but it's like, as long as you don't abuse it, liquor's actually good for you. Because this is what it's telling us, man. Like, that's crazy though. Like, I didn't even know that.
bits of floating space dust. As this dust moves within the high-energy vicinity of celestial bodies, like stars, the alcohol is forced to separate from the dust, forming massive alcohol clouds, which then float off, presumably to get some aliens very drunk. I wonder if...
The aliens probably ain't come down there because they always drunk. That alcohol be like, we going to planet Earth, but we just little drinking. And then you got the other green guy over there and the blue guy over there looking at each other like, yeah, we drunk. We ain't going to Earth. That's probably why the aliens haven't ever even made it down here. Pretty much.
Space booze goes well with moon cheese.
Moon cheese. God damn.
Use your head. How many times have you parked your
How
car...
many times I gotta tell you in everybody's life, use your head. Your brain is a very terrible thing to waste, because a lot of people now in society are stupid more than they were back in the day. They were more smart, but now they're more stupid. Their intelligence has somehow just, there's no sign of it, actually, at all.
car in a parking lot and walked away only to realize you forgot to lock it. Instead of retracing your steps towards the car until it's in range, there's one simple way to reach your car from further away. Hold the metal key part of your key fob against your chin, then press the lock button. You might look slightly weird while doing it, but you'll be grateful when it saves you a few extra steps. The trick works by
My boy, you literally, I'm about to crucify myself. Putting the key in like this. Like that. Hold on. Do I actually got the key in my car? Let's go like that. I don't got the key. I do. I'm not trying to grab it. I ain't trying to look all foolish on that.
Turning your head into an antenna, according to Silicon Valley radio engineer Tim Posar. With all the fluids in your head and the electrical currents flowing in your body, your noggin ends up being a pretty decent conductor. It won't work across great distances, but using your head can actually extend the key's wireless range by a few car lengths.
That's crazy.
Battery hack.
I really want to do that, but I don't want to look at people that see me in the parking lot be like, man, what the hell he doing, boy? He putting the key to his thing. He trying to cut his throat. Like, you know what I mean? But that's a scientific fact. They probably right, my boy. I feel like that's gonna work for sure. But I ain't trying to. So basically, you look like a whole signal system.
Modern smartphones are supposed to have a great battery life, but it seems to me like they're always dying when you need them the most. Thankfully, there's one super simple way you can make the most out of your remaining juice. If, like most people, you carry your smartphone around in your pocket, then part of the problem might be that your pocket is too warm. You see, cell phone batteries do actually last a bit longer if they're kept cool. The average 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit body heat of a human being when transmitted through a cloth pocket to a cell phone inside is enough to speed up chemical processes inside the phone's battery. As a result, it runs down at a faster rate. The simplest way to keep your phone cooler is to
trying to solve the murders of 3 young girls in 1973.
This might actually work.
We're now actively trying to find
to carry it inside your bag or on a belt clip instead. And if you ever find yourself away from home without a charger, you can switch off your phone and pop it in the refrigerator to slow the battery losing charge. I don't recommend using the freezer though.
I'm not putting my damn phone in the fridge. I did this when I was high. I forgot all about my phone. I don't know, I was making something, and all of a sudden I just threw the phone in the fridge. And next thing you know, I'm like, where the hell my phone at? God, I know I had that. Next thing you know, I'm like, man, I'm hungry. I go, oh, there's my phone.
Surprising salmon. Salmon is one of the most popular seafoods in the world, but if you've ever prepared the fish yourself, then you'll have probably run into the issue of that white, funky stuff that seems to appear when you cook it. Most people assume it's just fat, but the white gunk you see oozing from your dinner is actually a simple protein called albumin. Whether boiled, baked, fried, or barbecued, the substance will still appear. Albumin lives in fish in liquid form and appears when the muscle fibers are heated and they contract, pushing out the white-colored protein. Although it's totally safe to eat.
That's why they say eat salmon, because salmon puts on weight like crazy. But I also seen a little article, a little video, and they say salmon bad because salmon can be contaminated when fish got parasites in themselves. But like that's when they take the parasites. But it depends on who you get the fish with, man. You just gotta detox your body. Honestly, you can put anything in your body just as long as you detox it. You don't never know.
Some people find it unsightly. To try and remove albumin, you can either blot the cooked fish with a paper towel or brine it before cooking. To brine your fish, just give it a quick soak in a blend of sea salt and water, which should help to relax and dissolve the muscle fibers and minimize the appearance of albumin. Giggling rodents.
What the hell?
Rats aren't the most
there ain't no way I'm gonna sit there and giggle with a rat. 6ix9ine, where you at? We gonna giggle you.
Conventionally cute animals, but their reputation as disgusting vermin seems a little harsh, especially when you learn that they're ticklish. A study conducted in 2016 was able to pinpoint the tickle center of the mammalian brain, showing for the first time that stimulating neurons in that particular region can elicit a series of ultrasonic squeaks that are too high to be heard by human ears. Shinpei Ishiyama, a neuroscientist at the Humboldt University of Berlin, noted that the rats not only return over and over again to the place where they were tickled, but that tickling their bellies also triggers the neurotransmitter dopamine in the key reward-related brain circuits in the rodents. If that wasn't enough to prove that they love being tickled, rats also show a classic display of positive emotion found in many species, such as dogs, foxes, and even human children, called joy jumps. True to their name, this involves leaping into the air with both legs together. Talk about a cuteness overload. Disappearing socks. During a
Now,
clothes wash,
I want to know this because literally every time I buy a sock, it disappears. But I know what it is going to say. It gets stuck in the dryer or something like that. Watch, we're going to get into it.
socks seem to creep into the yawning abysses of the laundry drum, never to be seen again. But where do they really go? There are actually a couple of explanations for their mysterious disappearance. If you have a top-loader machine, a sock could sneak into the crevice between the inner and outer drums, then get snagged in the water drain or pump as a result of overloading the appliance. It's also possible for a sock to get stuck underneath the spinning agitator. For front-loading washers, though, a rogue sock might get lodged just underneath the rubber water seal, known as the gasket. And if you pull this part back, you could find a gold mine of lost.
I'm about to go look there. I don't really... Nah, damn. But you know, I gotta do some laundry maybe today or tomorrow. I'm gonna look next time. So you mean to pull that down? That where the socks be? In the dryer half the time. God dog, man. I done paid how much more money for socks, man, and I ain't paying no more.
Socks. Even if socks do make it to the dry cycle, they can be easily victimized by static electricity and get stuck to the inside of pant legs or other materials during the folding process. In short, no, there isn't a sock-eating monster in your washing machine.
What is it for me?
Waterfall wonders. Niagara Falls is pretty big, but it's far from the biggest waterfall known to man.
God,
Some
dog!
claim Angel Falls in Venezuela is the world's tallest, with a staggering height of 3,212.
Imagine going that. That's like going into hell. Like that's the word, cause you going all the way down there, and what the hell gonna be down there? Don't know.
12 feet and a plunge of 2,648 feet. But
What the hell that man
doesn't even
climbing
come
on it? A woman or
close to
something?
The truth. The Denmark Strait is more than 3 times the height of Angel Falls, and it can be found in the ocean.
What? This is a weird commercial. Like, please rate your YouTube experience. What? Goddamn. Oh, now we're gonna have another one.
The feature we couldn't live without is definitely the scheduling app. Being able
Was never caught, but the following year, U.S. Congress published the Tylenol bill.
Hold on, we just went and skipped to something else. I don't know how in the hell it did that.
In the bottom right corner. It's completely
Hold on, my boy. We really skipped. There we go. We're right here.
height of 3,212 feet and a plunge of 2,648
Look at that
feet.
woman down
But
there.
that doesn't even come close to the truth. The Denmark Strait is more than 3 times the height of Angel Falls, and it can be found in the ocean. That's right. This mammoth waterfall
They got a waterfall in the ocean, so that's the portal to hell. Pretty much.
located near the southern tip of Greenland, begins 2,000 feet under the ocean's surface and plunges to a depth of 10,000 feet, a nearly 2-mile drop. What's more, the Denmark Strait carries an estimated 123 million cubic feet of water per second. That's equivalent to almost 2,000
So that waterfall like that right there, man, you know, that's the portal to hell.
Niagara Falls at peak flow. But how can a waterfall happen underwater? Simply put, cold water is denser than warm water. In the Denmark Strait, southward flowing frigid water from the Nordic seas meets warmer water from the Irminger Sea. The cold, dense water quickly sinks below the warmer water and flows over the huge drop into the ocean floor, creating a downward flow that goes completely undetected without the aid of scientific instruments. An iPhone secret. Apple's
Yeah,
new
because Apple be, I want to know something about Apple.
set of
Be that one.
iPhones come with a whole array of new features, not to mention a hefty price tag. But there's one thing that sets the iPhone 12 Pro and Pro Max models apart from their predecessors. In addition to the 3 super-powered cameras, look a little closer at the back of the phone and you'll notice an inconspicuous black dot in the bottom right corner. It's completely flat to the touch and pretty easy to miss on first glance. But what is it? It's officially known as a LiDAR scanner, which stands for Light Detection and Ranging. This is a radar-related method for optical distance and speed measurement, which uses tiny laser beams that can't be perceived by the human eye. A LiDAR scanner determines the distance between itself and an object by monitoring.
See, that's why I try to tell people, you gotta research everything you have. These products and technology are getting so crazy. Someone could scan my face when I'm walking. I don't even know. I see so much stuff with these iPhones, bro. It's so fascinating. But it's like, wow, I didn't know all that. Like, I be learning stuff from my iPhone. If you could took the picture and click like that, somehow it zooms it in and focuses it to make that picture, and that light, you can turn it down the way you want to make it. Like, that's the thing, we don't understand a lot of stuff.
How long it takes a laser to bounce back. By sending hundreds of thousands of light pulses every second, LiDAR scanners can accurately work out distance and object sizes over small distances. The data can then be used to construct 3D models of any environment. So whether you're an architect drawing up building plans, an archaeologist creating real-time 3D maps, or a gamer who loves augmented reality, this swanky new scanner could revolutionize the way we use our phones.
Yeah.
Old school sunglasses. Sunglasses, as we know them today, were first invented.
Man, they look like my glasses. These are tinted, though. These are real prescription glasses, but they look like sunglasses because of a little tint.
Sometime in 12th century
Those ones
China.
look like mine.
The primitive frames were a crude slab of roughly shaped smoked quartz made to block out the sun. The darkened lenses were only available to the very rich. They weren't vision corrected and didn't offer protection against
I ain't
harmful
rich, man. Don't even try that.
UV rays, but they did help to hide emotions from others while talking. This was particularly handy for Chinese judges at the time, who routinely wore smoke-colored quartz lenses, which allowed them to conceal their true feelings and seem emotionally detached while questioning the accused. But centuries before Chinese judges found a use for sunglasses, rudimentary snow goggles had been used by Inuit and Yupik communities. These snow goggles would be made from driftwood, ivory, or bone with a slit cut into them and protected the eyes from sunlight
Got them motherfuckers. Shoot. Get them look like, man. What that X-Men man name is? Not Cyclops. Shit, I ain't even think about it right now, but you know,
reflecting
the
off
guy
bright
from
white
X-Men.
snow. I guess they had permanent cinemascope
Scotty's
vision
name
too.
was, but I can't remember his
No
superhero
fancy
name.
riding. There are plenty of bizarre laws across the United States of America, but one particular law in the city of Galesburg, Illinois is a real sucker for cyclists. No fancy riding. For a definition of fancy riding, look no further than the Galesburg Code of Ordinances, which states that no rider of a bicycle shall remove both hands from the handlebars or feet from the pedals or practice any acrobatic or fancy riding on any street. Well, that rules out Galesburg from
Basically means you just can't be stunting and you just can't be stupid, pretty much.
a cycling circus tour. According to a Galesburg police officer, the bizarre law probably came about during a time of great concern about bicyclist safety, when there were more crashes than usual. Thankfully, the law is seldom enforced with any punishment, so kids are free to take their hands off the handlebars without the fear of being thrown in jail. Life-saving foil seals. Ever wondered why pill bottles have protective foil seals beneath the lid? You might assume it's there to keep the pills airtight, but the real reason is far more morbid. On September 29, 1982, Mary Kellerman took a Tylenol for a cold. A few hours later, she was dead.
Damn.
That same day, Adam Janus died in exactly the same circumstances. When his brother and sister-in-law visited and developed headaches, they took Tylenol from the same bottle, and both perished within the next 2 days. In the days that followed, 3 more people suffered the same mysterious fate. By early October, investigators discovered that the pills the victims took were laced with cyanide. Over 31 million bottles of Tylenol were recalled, and a couple more deadly bottles were found on shelves. And
that's why I don't take pills. You know what I mean? People are like, oh, I got a headache, I'm gonna take a pill. I ain't taking them. Drink water or grapes with seeds, and you mix them and blend them. It's actually good. It actually dehydrates your body. But grapes with seeds is hard to find, but that's a little note.
In the Chicago area,
water and lime
someone had taken the bottles off the shelves,
or water and apple cider vinegar. There's all kinds of antioxidants that you can get rid of headaches without this extra stuff. Look it up. YouTube tells you everything.
Cyanide into the pill capsules and then placed them back. The criminal was never caught, but the following year, U.S. Congress published the Tylenol bill.
So they mean they tell me they had someone that did that? Well, that's crazy. I want to hear that again.
Cyanide. Over 31 million bottles of Tylenol were recalled, and a couple more deadly bottles were found on shelves in the Chicago area. Someone had taken the bottles off the shelves, put cyanide into the pill capsules, and then placed them back. The criminal was never caught, but the following year, U.S. Congress published the Tylenol bill, making it a federal offense to tamper with consumer products. And in 1989, the FDA established federal guidelines for manufacturers to make all such products tamper-proof, which included protective foil seals.
That's why.
Ancient apples. They say an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
They should have had a seal on the first. How the hell you just put a pill body? And anybody could do anything to the pill. Like somebody could open it up and spit on it. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. People don't really use their sense no more.
But what if that apple had been sitting around for a year? Sounds totally gross, but here's the catch. Most people have eaten a year-old apple at some point. Apples ripen during a very short period in the US between August and September, so keeping them in stores for the rest of the year means they must be treated with chemicals and kept in cold storage. In a warehouse
Now you see why I don't eat these damn apples in the store? They modified, man. I've been trying to tell people that. They chemically modified. It's like you literally gotta go to like a local store and get these apples, or you could grow them yourself. Or you know what I mean? Just you gotta be careful, man.
Apples usually sit for at least 9 to 12 months, with one investigation even finding that the average supermarket.
You gotta find out if you leave an apple out for a day or two. I always do experiments on that. You know what I mean? So I'll leave an apple out there for probably like 6 days. And see what happens. Apple's supposed to get bad when you leave it out. If it don't get bad in 6 days or a week, that's modified. That's how you know that food. Anybody got any food you buy, and I know food is expensive, you shouldn't experiment. But if you buy something like fruit, and you know the fruit is gonna go bad, put it out for a while. The mangoes are still, like the mango I got, as long as it's refrigerated, but you leave an apple out. Or just when you put an apple, you don't seal it up and don't have no seal on it. So you just leave the apple. And that apple I already bought in the store, I know it's bad. Not all these apples are modified, but some of them are.
Market apple is 14 months old. But that's not all. Scrape a supermarket apple with a...
man. Hey, goddamn someone calling me, man, when I'm trying to make a video. Damn, bro. I hate when people do that shit.
A knife and you...
We gotta wait till these... That's why, man, that's why I gotta put my phone on silent, man. When I do something, someone always gotta call me. But it was off my computer, what you gonna be, then boom.
You'll notice something strange. The white substance you see here is actually shellac or carnauba wax, which is used to keep the apple fresh. Apples actually produce their own natural coating of wax, but some of that is washed away when growers wash the fruit to remove field dirt or any leaf litter. Applying an artificial coating of wax not only makes the apple look shiny and new, but helps to seal in the moisture, extending its life.
Right.
But the coating can also act as an oxygen barrier, meaning the apple may look deceptively fresh, but is actually soggy and tasteless inside. What's more, consuming the wax in large doses could be harmful to the colon and small intestine. So perhaps it's best to stick to just one.
That's why I be trying to tell people, be careful what you eat. The wax is not
apple
good.
A day from now on. Which of these facts impressed or amazed you the most? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you want to
I wouldn't put through all that, let you know. But man, I'm gonna tell you real, bro. The biggest one I'm gonna say a lot of people don't pay attention to, and 100%. We gonna back a little bit, cause I try to remember. It is man, what was it, man? The nail. You know what I mean? Or secret nails. That was the biggest one I noticed, you know what I'm saying? But click the, it's crazy, man. Another one of interesting facts. The more you know, the facts you didn't know. Like, it's crazy when you look at life, man. We learn a lot of stuff that people don't know, right? So you already know, man. It's the Seereal squad. Man, if we ain't got your back, you already know we got the facts.